In this episode, I'm going to share with you my 6 weird manifestation techniques that you probably haven't heard before. And I'm pretty excited to share this with you. It's gonna be weird, it's gonna be funny. Some of these might sound a little bit out there, but that's the fun part, and the results will speak for itself. I think you will learn a lot from this. Maybe this video also will give you permission to find techniques that are fully in alignment with you and your authenticity and your weirdness, but things that really help you in ways that you might have never even thought about before. So if that's something that you love to learn more about, then stay around. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of On Purpose by Lynn. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Lynn and I share with you everything you need to know about personal growth and spirituality so that you can create your best life and so that you can rise to your fullest potential. If that's something that you're interested in, then make sure to subscribe. So the first technique that I do, this is certainly not the weirdest of all, but it's something that I have talked about in a lot of my videos throughout the years, is actually playing. And one of the best spiritual techniques, manifestation techniques that I use is just playing and being in the ocean and surfing. Because when I play and when you play and when you're just doing things that are not serious, where you're just having fun with something, you're aligning yourself with the vibration of joy, of happiness, of, expansion. And when you play, you cannot help yourself but to be in high vibration. And so playing, for me it's surfing, right? Being in the ocean, being with Migo, my partner, or being with friends, and just having silly fun together, being weird and fun and just saying silly stuff and splashing around and wiping out or whatever. It helps so much to align me in a natural way on my day-to-day life with a high vibration that feeds my soul and also helps me to actually attract those things that I really need on my manifestation journey towards my higher vision and my dream life. And the second weird manifestation technique that I use is letting out my inner child in my life. Now that on a surface level might not sound weird, but the way this embodies and expresses itself may be super weird. But I'm going to share it with you because I feel like it's something that you will really benefit from if you embody this in your day-to-day life as well. And I'm going to share with you why this works, okay? So stay with me. So ways that I nurture my inner child and help my inner child to express is through actually taking cuddly toys with me everywhere I go when I travel. Well, not everywhere I go, but when I travel to places, I travel a lot. I have a monkey, and maybe I have a video of him that I sleep with and I take with me or also sit with every single morning. It's a cuddly toy. And I've had this one since I was probably 8 or 9 years old. I got it from my auntie and I took it with me throughout my student life, and then I put it away for a while. And actually when I started to do inner child healing, I started to allow myself to sleep again with cuddly toys, and I just felt the comfort that it gave me, right? And it's just a little safe haven. It's that feeling of when you're a child, when you just have your safe space. It feels like a hug. It feels like a warm hug. It feels like it's soft and it's safe. And this cuddly toy, it never talks back. It always agrees with you, right? And I know this sounds silly, but it works so well. Oh, actually, before I go into why this works so well, there are more things that I do to express with my inner child. I actually have conversations with her. I have conversations with her almost daily, and I allow her to express in her weird, quirky ways. And this means like full embodiment. making Superman jumps and making sounds that just sound weird, like wee, and all these kind of things. Just very childish. It just brings me so much joy. It makes me laugh so much, and it makes my partner laugh so much, because it's just weird and random and so not how we're programmed to behave in society. But I also allow her to express when she doesn't feel good, right? When I sense that I have a heavy heart space, or when I sense that something's going on, or I feel that shame is coming up, or I feel certain things coming up and emotions. There's a doggy that's going to join me very soon, so I'm a little distracted. And which is funny, by the way, because I also allow my inner child to watch dog videos. It makes her so happy. It makes me so happy to watch dogs and funny animal videos. As a child, I was always so connected with dogs in particular. I'm also wearing this necklace that has dogs drawn on the other side. I'm a dog, Chinese zodiac sign. So that's a side note. So that brings her comfort, right? Just watching her, letting her do things that are unproductive, and letting myself do things that are unproductive, and that makes my inner child happy. Expressing myself in all these quirky ways, but also, like I was saying, expressing her in her vulnerabilities and things where she feels sad about or grief. And I have conversations with her. And the reason why this works is because when you allow your inner child, which is, by the way, your most authentic self. If you want to learn how to become your most authentic self, inner child healing is the portal. Healing the relationship with your inner child is the portal, because your inner child is your most authentic self. It's the person who you were before you were told who to be. And so embodying this inner child play with yourself through cuddly toys, through these weird expressions, right? Through these funny, weird, quirky ways, or all the things that I just named. It's giving her, yourself, the part within yourself that's the inner child, the safety that you need, the foundation to feel seen, to be heard, to be understood, and to express yourself in your fullness into the world. And when you talk about manifestation, it's not something that you might initially think about, oh, safety or an inner child. But it's so important. Why? Because if you are here to be your most authentic self and to manifest your most authentic self in all your forms, this also means that all your manifestations, all the dreams that you have, they come from your most authentic self. They come from your higher self, the highest self, your highest timeline. Your soul's purpose is in alignment with your authentic self, because you're here to become fully and express fully who you're meant to be, who God made you to be. And so when you give yourself the safety to be and express and to feel safe to be yourself fully in your authentic self, way before in your unprogrammed most you way, then you are giving yourself the foundation to actually live your highest timeline, live your most authentic self, to express yourself, to manifest from that state of being, your highest expression, your highest vibration. There are people that say that authenticity is one of the highest vibrations that you can radiate. And that's what we want to manifest from, right? The high vibrations. And the third weird manifestation technique, which is so, it feels strange to be this around people. You don't need to do this around people. I recommend if you feel any shame around this, or you don't feel safe around anyone, lock yourself up in a room, or just do this when you're alone, is somatic movement. And that might not sound weird in itself, but when we're manifesting, we want to align ourselves with ease, right? With flow. And sometimes when we're on this journey, we're faced with limitations. We're faced with resistance from our internal self, from our ego self. And so often what happens is that we need to break through that resistance. Now, how do we find resistance? Is often come in a form of limiting beliefs. It often comes in a form of buried emotions that need to come out. We need to make space. We need to release those lower vibrations. So often when we find limitation in ourselves, we can feel it in our body. To me, I feel it in my body, right? I often feel it in my heart space, or feel it in my stomach, a knot in my stomach, or a lump in my throat, or just feeling a heavy heart. And often those are places in our body where that energy needs to be released from. And when we tune into that heart space, when we tune into our throat, when we tune into the place, our stomach, we will find that there's a part of us that wants to share things with us, right? Why we feel this way, why we feel that. And often with that comes emotion. So sometimes when there's anger, for example, or there's frustration, or there is emotions that need to be expressed, I love to do this thing is somatic movement. Is I turn up music depending on, often there's just a song that pops out of my head, and I will turn up this music and I will roar, right? I will scream, I will yell, I will dance and stomp my feet on the ground and do squats and just very not beautiful movement, right? It's not about being beautiful. It's not about doing beautiful dancing, but it's about expressing without thinking. It's expressing your body. So it may seem super dramatic. It may seem super, if someone entered the room, they're like, what the heck is going on right here? But this is energetic release. It's energetic release. And when you do this, or, you just start hitting your bed, when there's anger or when there's frustration, or sometimes when there's joy, you can feel joy's movement, or you can, depending on how you feel, you allow your body to move with that vibration and to move those vibrations through to allow them to come up and out. And after you've done that, and you'll know when those vibrations have moved through you, when these emotions are finished, you will find the most peaceful feeling within yourself. You will find the most peace, the most feeling of self-love and coming home, and you will feel so present, empty mind, just here with yourself, with God, and with love. And this is such a powerful, strange technique that helps me to release any of the lower vibrations limitations that I am feeling. Because we're not here to spiritually bypass. We're not here to pretend like, we're just going to shift into gratitude and all those lower vibrations will be gone, because that's not how it works. You need to allow yourself to be fully in it so that it can be released, and you create space for real, you create subconscious alignment with the thing that you're manifesting. So the fourth technique that I'm doing is, this is a really fun one. This is such a fun one. It's just, for example, imagining myself having a certain amount of money, and what would I do with it if I had that? And I'm not saying that all that you're manifesting is money, but I'm just using that as an example because I think it's just so relatable. A lot of us would love more money so that we have more freedom to do all the things that we want to do and to give all the things that we want to give to others. So that is such a fun way, just allowing yourself to think about all the things that you would do, what you would give, right? So certain causes that you want to donate to, or starting this thing or a charity. For me, for example, I always thought about rescuing dogs because I love dogs, and it's just something that I see here in Bali is such a big problem. So I would always say, if I had some spare money, yes, I could buy things for myself and I could do a lot of things, but to be honest, I'm very happy with where I'm at in my life, and I don't feel like I'm lacking anything. So it's more about allowing this money to expand yourself more. How can it amplify the goodness within me? How can it amplify, and what would I do with that money? Are there things that I would buy? Or for example, I always love to have more surfboards, right? They're toys, they're fun, they give me experiences, they give me fun waves. So they give back experience in my life. So those are things that you can do. Imagining, what would I do if I had X amount of money? Or what would I do when I was here? And this helps you also to shift from to the energy of already embodying this energetic state of being and manifesting from that state of being, instead of trying to get something in the external that you feel like you don't already have, if you know what I mean. So it allows you to embody that energy of being there already, and that's why it works so well. The fifth weird thing is that I manifest with water. And I know a lot of you know this, that water is programmable, water has memory, water responds to emotions and words. This is what Dr. Emoto has proved. You can look it up if you want to. So what I often do is I give Reiki energy towards my water, or I program my water with a goal that I write down on a piece of paper and I put it underneath my glass. And this is something that someone actually taught me to do. I did this Akashic Records reading. Her name was Stephanie. She's great. And she taught me to do this. And it's something that's so fun and so easy to do, right? We can bring our intentions into a water, whether you're doing that with thought and intention and vibration, or you're just doing it with putting that thought, attention and vibration on a piece of paper and putting it beneath your glass. Those things work, right? And after you've programmed your water, you can drink it, and now you drink those vibrations and that intention, making it part of who you are. One of the things that is so required is to create space for what it is that you want. I love this. Why? It's like decluttering my space. It's decluttering, I don't know, giving away old clothes, or creating space. For example, one time I was manifesting clients, coaching clients, and I started to creating spaces, folders on my computer for my clients, so that I was prepping my space for it to be filled with something. So sometimes you need to create space, and you say, I'm creating space for this to flow into my life. I'm literally creating folders for this so that I can have all the intake forms and everything that goes straight into there. And you're signaling to the universe, hey, I'm creating space for this in my life, because you need to create space in order to receive. We also have a very limited amount of capacity that we hold, and sometimes we need to release some old baggage so that we can receive the new. But we can also create vacuums, like creating those folders on my computer. Or one fun example was, and this is such a low-key manifestation, but whatever, for years I was wearing this wetsuit for surfing, and it was worn out, it was not good anymore. So what happened was, I started to look for a new wetsuit and I couldn't find it anywhere. And at one point I was like, I'm just gonna throw this thing away because it's no use to me. And unconsciously I created space, and that exact same day, I kid you not, I walked into a shop and I saw the exact wetsuit that I wanted to have. And it was like, I've been looking for a wetsuit and it didn't work, and I threw away my old one, and suddenly, here it is, the perfect one that I was looking for. So that is a really fun and also kind of a weird but fun manifestation technique that you can use to manifest what it is that you want. Let me know in the comments which of those techniques speak to you most, or if there's any weird manifestation technique that you use. Let's learn from each other, right? That will be so fun. I'm looking forward to reading the comment sections on this one. Like this video if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, hit that notification bell button so that you don't miss any update of any video that I upload every Sunday. It's totally free to subscribe. You just get notified with any new updates that come from my side, so you don't miss all the golden nuggets of how to create and live your best fulfilled aligned life. And don't forget that I also have a podcast which is called Returning Home with Lin Lim. You can find it in a link in the description below, or you can go directly to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and look it up on there. You can also watch it here on YouTube on a podcast playlist. Hi. Ja, kom je gedag zeggen op de video. Je bent zacht. One of the favorite things is filming here in Bali is that there's always cute dogs that are joining me for the video. Seriously, it makes me so happy. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and remember, we have such an exciting future to look forward to. Even if it doesn't seem like it right now, thank you so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye for now.